Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Singapore enters first technical recession since 2009. http ntvforex.com News ID 2E00C6 7/14/2026 03:56 am. Asia Market Update. Asia tracks generally weaker session in the US. China reports smaller surplus after prior record. Imports beat Ests. Singapore enters first technical recession since 2009. US bank earnings in focus. General trend. Tech firms trade generally lower in China and HK, including Alibaba and Tencent, after losses on Nasdaq. Jack Ma said to cut stake in Alibaba. China State Fund said to plan to sell more stock in COS. US May end audit watchdog agreement with China relates to China companies listed in the US. Financials trade generally weaker in HK and Shanghai. Trump advisors reportedly ruled out ending Hong Kong dollar peg as punishment for new security law. Press. HK gaming companies rise. China's Guangdong province confirms will end quarantine for Macau arrivals beginning July 15. Decliners in Japan include SoftBank after weakness in US tech sector. Japanese transports and retail costs also drop. Declining sectors in Australia include resources and financials. Thailand Central Bank commented on non-standard monetary policy. BOJ rate decision and economic forecasts due on July 15. WED. U.S. companies expected to report results during the New York morning include Citi, Delta, J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo. Headlines. Economic data. Australia New Zealand. ASX 200 opened 0.4%. Australia total payroll jobs at end of June vs mid-March 5.7%. June 27 weekly payrolls 1%. Australia June NAB business confidence 1v20 prior conditions 7v24 prior first positive bus confidence since October 2019. Victoria State reports 270 additional coronavirus cases v 177 prior. CN China Foreign Ministry issues travel advisory for Australia. Press from July 13. Australia sells $17B in new November 2025 bond through syndication. Average yield 0.495%, bid to cover 2.98x. NZ New Zealand June rains house sales YY 7.1% v 46.6% prior. NZ Reserve Bank of New Zealand RBNZ banks reported decline in credit demand in H1. Banks indicate lending standards are likely to become tighter. NZ New Zealand Debt Management Office DMO issued NZ $4.5B in May 2041 bonds via syndication. Yield was 3.1 BPS 2037 bond update. China Hong Kong. Hang Seng opened 0.4%, Shanghai opened 0.2%. Alibaba 9988.HK founder Jack Ma sells $9.6 billion in Alibaba shares, cuts stake to 4.8% from 6.4%. Press. CN China June trade balance $46.4 billion v $59.6 b. CN follow-up China State Chip Fund China Integrated Circuit Industry investment to cut investment stake in two additional tech companies. Financial Press. CN the first COS have received regulatory approval to conduct IPOs under the new Chi-Next system. The COS are Beijing Fengshang Shiji Culture Media, Contech Medical Systems and Intelligent Technology. Financial Press. HK Trump advisors reportedly ruled out ending Hong Kong dollar peg as punishment for new China security law. Press. CN US to formally oppose specific Chinese territorial claims in the South China Sea. Press. CN China says it is firmly opposed to U.S. statement on South China Sea, urges U.S. to not disturb regional stability. U.S. Press. Trump China Phase 1 deal is intact. China is buying. Hawaii I reports H1CNY Rev 454B, 13.1% YYCN China PBOC sets yuan reference rate 6.9996 v 6.9965 prior. CN China Bok open market operation OMO injects 30 billion Chinese yuan in 7-day reverse repos v injects 50 billion Chinese yuan via 7-day reverse repos prior. Net injection 30 billion Chinese yuan v net drain 50 billion Chinese yuan prior. Japan. Nikkei 225 opened 0.7%. SoftBank 9984.jp said to consider having individual investors in Japan put cash into Vision Fund. Japanese press. SoftBank 9984.hk reportedly SoftBank hires advisor to study options for its chip designer ARM holdings, including sale or IPO. Press. Tokyo Steel 5423.jp maintains AUG beam price at 81k ton, hot rolled coil at 65k ton. JP Japan May final industrial production 8.9% v 8.4% prelim YY 26.3% v 25.9% prelim. JP Japan reported to be considering corporate executives from EU and US to enter Japan. Japan press. JP Japan tax chief Amari sees third extra budget this year in line with comments from late June. Shortfall in tax rev likely filled by JGB issuances. Budget will come once virus is controlled. JP Japan Econ Min Nishimura. Many nightlife-related coronavirus tests were completed yesterday. Asks shops to comply with coronavirus guidelines. Could declare emergency if Japan infections continue to increase. Korea. KOSPI opened 0.4%. KR South Korea President Moon announces New Deal plan as expected. 10 major projects will part of the New Deal. Total KRW160T investment expected by 2025. Government to finance KRW116T of this amount. KR South Korea government plans to boost minimum wage by 1.5% in 2021. Korean press. Other Asia. My Malaysia Warasan party leader country should call election. SG Singapore Q2 advanced GDP QQ 41.2% v 35.9% EYY 12.2% v 10.5% E enters first recession since Q1 2009. Thailand Central Bank bought yield curve control is being considered as an option. 0% rate is unlikely. North America. U.S. California Gov. Newsom closes indoor activities in bars and restaurants. U.S. and Canada border expected to remain closed until August 21. Canada press. U.S. Fed official Kent Kite-Shu said prepared to consider further intervention in the municipal bond market. Financial press. Europe. UK June BRC sales LFLYY 10.9% v 7.9% prior. Huawei UK reported to ban UK telecoms from purchasing new Huawei equipment by end of 2020. Remove Huawei from all 5G networks by 2027. Press. Levels as of 1:20 ET. Nikkei 225, 1%, ASX 200 0.8%, Hang Seng 1.6%, Shanghai Composite 1.3%, Kospi 0.6%. Equity S&P 500 Futures 0.1%, Nasdaq 100 0.3%, DAX flat. 1.1350 euros 1.1335 Japanese yen 107.36 107 Australian dollars and 11 cents 0.6947 0.6925 NZD 0.6545 0.6524 Gold 0.8% at $1,799 ounce. Crude oil 2.4% at $39.16 BRL. Copper 0.1% at $2.9133 pound. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.